Welcome back to BNC Live. I'm Najahe Sherman. The long-delayed Obama Presidential Center is set to break ground tomorrow. Former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama released a video saying they will personally oversee the start of construction. Also in the video, the Obamas reiterate why they selected the south side of Chicago as the location.
Barack and I always knew we'd come back here. It's where I grew up, surrounded by a community that made me who I am.
It's where I got my start in public service, knocking on doors and organizing in church basements. And it's where Michelle and I got married and started our family.
So when it came time to plan the Obama Presidential Center, we wanted to give something back to the place that gave us so much.
The Obama Center's Jackson Park location has been the source of delays since it was first announced back in 2015. Environmentalists sued to try and stop the project, saying public land should not be used for a private project. Joining us to discuss this is the chair and professor in the Department of Political Science at Howard University, Dr. Ravi Perry. Thank you for being with us.
Great to be with you.
So this will be the 14th presidential library in the country. What makes this particular one unique and different?
Well, as you indicated at the outset, it's faced some opposition. So that in and of itself is unique. We tend to have kind of an almost nostalgia and excitement about presidential libraries, whether you agreed or disagreed with the politics of the president. And that seems to have not been the case, certainly for Trump and his efforts, but also for the Obamas. I don't know if the 21st century has changed the way we look at libraries, but golly, as a professor, I sure hope not.
Right, so we know preservationists tried to stop the library from coming to Jackson Park. Is this a common problem, or is this pretty unusual for something like this to happen?
Well, it is unusual that a presidential library was not, for example, purchased on private land. In this case, it was public land. It was once, of course, private land that was gifted to the city, and then it has since been public land for several decades now in Jackson Park. And yeah, some people who live there in Chicago are native residents. You know, that is a park in the central of the South Side, and to take away some of the access to the public lands in the center of the urban city for this library, some found objectionable. And so, interestingly enough, in the spirit of American politics, they have the right to weigh their objections. They did, and the project was allowed to move forward.
So we know the Obama Center is set to be state of the art and more of sort of an active hub in the community than a traditional library. What else can we expect from the center?
Well, we can certainly expect that we're going to be able to be very interactive in terms of the activities for both children and for adults and for other kinds of learners that have other kinds of auditory or other kinds of disabilities, but also it's going to be an architectural magnificent edifice simply based on the architectural design. And so that will bring a new life to the South Side of Chicago. And the location, I think, is central. Certainly it's the side of town in Chicago that needs investment, that needs resources, and needs tourists coming there to help amplify the entire city, not just the downtown region. And so the Obama Center there, I think, is central, and we can expect some revenue, hopefully, to come to the South Side neighborhoods that Michelle Obama indicated that she comes from, and where former President Obama got his start. But also the hope is that people will be mesmerized by the exterior architecture that, of course, reflects some of the vision of the Obama presidency. And then once you get inside, there should be so much interactive engagement. This is not going to be a hands-off museum where you go and keep your hands in your pocket and look at great things on the walls. They want you to be engaged and active in American politics through this Obama Center. And some of us, or at least, are excited to see that come to fruition.
Right, and especially with the pandemic, there's such a need for something like this. Talk to us a little bit more, because we did hear the Obamas say that this is an area that's close to their heart based on their personal experience. But what is the need for something like this in that area?
Wow. Well, this is a city where they have had significant issues with public education, teachers' union fights, significant violence in public schools, closing of libraries and of schools. And so, for this to be a new space, a new beacon of light, a new place of educational learning that presumably will be free, if not significantly so, for young people, is going to be a really major impact it's going to make on the south side of Chicago. That you might just be playing soccer in the field nearby, or you might be rolling your bike down the trail, and you can stop in and see such magnificent history. That's significant. A lot of presidential libraries are not built in center of urban cities, and as someone who studies urban politics, that is certainly a rare occasion. A lot of these libraries are built in small town birthplaces of presidents, in rural or exurb kind of suburban areas, like the Reagan Library in California, for example. So this would be in the center of the city and on the black side of Chicago, to be blunt about it. That is going to be, I think, a huge opportunity to further education of African Americans in urban cities about the first African American president and the entire administration.
I love it. They're providing access to something that's so fundamentally important to growth. So, Chair and Professor in the Department of Political Science at Howard University, Dr. Ravi Perry, thank you for being with us today.